So today's video, we're gonna be talking about trade lines and AUs, authorized users.
That boy is Benny Hanna.
A lot of people have been asking me to talk about how to build the CPNs when they blank and they have nothing on them, because I know that is hard. If you don't know how to go about it and don't follow the right steps, you'll end up with a lot of inquiries on your credit, on your CPN, and you won't be getting qualified for nothing still, because there's nothing on there and lenders look at you to be risky. So we'll save that one for another video though. That'll be the next video I'll probably end up doing. But this video, we're going to be talking about trade lines and authorized users. So first thing first, what is a trade line? A trade line basically is having somebody else's credit profile report to yours, their credit history from one card though, not their whole credit, like their whole file reporting to yours. It'd only be one card basically, you know. If it has 10 years, like 10-year history, it can be whatever, however long they had it. Trade lines start from $200 to $1,500 usually is the roundabout amount. Now that's somebody's history reporting to yours, which will help you. Now to help you on your CPN, basically, because it gives you the history, the credit history now. Because when you start getting stuff on your CPN, everything, they can see that everything is fresh. So having a trade line, if you got a age trade line to where it's like 20 years or even 10 to 20 years, you know, that's giving you 10 to 20 year history. That's making your CPN look 10 to 20 years old now. So you get the 10 to 20 year trade line or whatever. I mean, they have some that's like 10 months, 2 years. That's why the price varies, because it varies by the age of the credit and the limit, the credit limit, basically the amount. So you can get one for like $20,000, basically $20,000 limit with 10-year history, you know, meaning the payments have been made for 10 years straight on time, and then they have a $20,000 limit, and then that will report to your CPN, which will help you go apply for stuff and get approved. Will help you get approved. That's what a lot of people do when they're trying to hurry up and get the CPN and age it, basically. So you want to actually add primaries too, primary trade lines, which is you actually applying for stuff yourself. And again, like I said, I'll give you some of those sites in the next video that I do. You want to add some of those so you can start getting the score generated, you know, and then slap on that trade line from somebody else. Authorized users, also known as AUs, people call them AUs. That's somebody, it's like the same thing in the sense of, but well, before I even go there, let me cover the other thing on the trade line. Trade lines only stay on your credit for 2 to 3 months. It stays on there for 60 to 90 days, meaning it will report for 2 to 3 times when you buy a trade line. Reporting happens once a month, of course, as we know, and 2 to 3 months, meaning it's going to report 2 to 3 times on your credit. So you want to do everything in that amount within that period of time while your trade line is on there, you know, because then once it drops off, it'll be back without the trade line. So whatever you got, it'll be just that stuff on there, whatever you apply for yourself. And now let's move on to authorized users. I just wanted to make sure I had got that out there so people knew that part too, because that's a very important key to it. Now, authorized users, that in the sense of is somewhat like a trade line, because it's somebody else's card reporting to yours still, and basically that information will report to yours, but it's not like a trade line in a sense, because let me see how I put it. Like, okay, the trade line, how it has 2 to 3 months and it reports from there, authorized user will continue to report until they remove you from the account. It will continue to report every month until they remove you from the account. Like, you can go get an authorized user. You can have a family member put you on as an authorized user, you know. But you want to make sure you get an authorized user, somebody who paying their stuff on time and not really leaving a balance on their credit card every month. Because then, if they having that like bad stuff report to your credit, that's taking your credit score down and it's making you look even worse, you know. You don't never want to have a high balance on your credit cards because it look like you hurting for money or you in need of money, and that's when it makes you risky, and people don't want to lend you money or give you loans and stuff like that and approve you for stuff because it's looking like you need money. Yeah, so you can use a family member for authorized user, or a friend, somebody you know who's been paying, who pays their bills and they're trustworthy, and you know you're not gonna have to worry about them having bad stuff reports, them having a bad card report to your credit. So you want to make sure that you have a person that you really trust, that you know, like, okay, I know he gonna pay his shit or she gonna pay her shit, so I ain't gotta worry about nothing. So that's the authorized user thing right there. You know what I'm saying? They can easily add you as an authorized user through the app, or either by calling. First name, last name, birthday, and social is all they're gonna need to add you, and then it'll start reporting to your credit the following month, basically, when there's like basically their closing date of that card that they add you to. It'll start reporting, 3 to 15 days after that. That's the time period, basically after the closing date, when something reports on your credit. 3 to 15 days. And shit, that's basically the outline of the trade lines and the authorized users. If y'all got any questions, make sure y'all leave them in the comments. Anything else y'all want me to talk about, make sure y'all leave it in the comments. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and click that bell button to get all the notifications on the credit game. Next video, we're going to be doing how to build a CPN, or even how to build your credit, because you can use the same stuff for your personal credit too. And the main thing when you're using it for your personal credit is you want to repair your credit before you build. You don't want to be building on top of all this bad stuff. You want to repair and build, and it's like to where it's fresh. Get everything removed, them inquiries, them closed accounts and all that, if you're using your personal credit. So we're going to be on that next video.